Class 10. Subject Science, Chemistry. Chapter 2. Acids, Bases and Salts. Topics to be learned in this video. What do all acids and all bases have in common? And how strong are acid or base solutions? What do all acids and all bases have in common? We have seen that all acids have similar chemical properties. All acids generate hydrogen gas on reacting with metals, so hydrogen seems to be common to all acids. Acids contain H+ ion as cation and an ion such as Cl- in hydrochloric acid, NO3- in nitric acid, SO4- in sulfuric acid, CH3COO- in acetic acid. Since the cation present in acids is H+, this suggests that acids produce hydrogen ions, H+, aqueous, in solution, which are responsible for their acidic properties. Common property of all the bases is that they all produce hydroxide ions, OH- ions, when dissolved in water. What happens to an acid or a base in a water solution? When acid dissolve in water, the hydrogen ion cannot exist alone. But they exist after combining with water molecules. Thus hydrogen ions must always be shown as H+ or hydronium ion. The reaction is given below. For example, hydrogen ions in hydrochloric acid are produced in the presence of water. The separation of H+ ion from HCl molecules cannot occur in the absence of water. Bases generate hydroxide ions in water. Bases which are soluble in water are called alkalis. Some examples are given below. Note that all bases do not dissolve in water. An alkali is a base that dissolves in water. They are soapy to touch, bitter and corrosive. Never taste or touch them as they may cause harm. The process of dissolving an acid or a base in water is a highly exothermic. Care must be taken while mixing concentrated nitric acid or sulfuric acid with water. The acid must always be added slowly to water with constant stirring. If water is added to a concentrated acid, the heat generated may cause the mixture to splash out and cause burns. The glass container may also break due to excessive local heating. Look out for the warning sign on the can of concentrated sulfuric acid and on the bottle of sodium hydroxide pellets. Mixing an acid or base with water results in decrease in the concentration of ions per unit volume. Such a process is called dilution, and the acid or the base is said to be diluted. How strong are acid or base solutions? Amount of H+ ions present in a solution can be measured by using a universal indicator. It is a mixture of several indicators. It shows different colors at different concentrations of hydrogen ions. A scale for measuring H+ ion concentration in a solution is called pH scale. pH is measured from 0, very acidic, to 14, very alkaline. Higher the H+ ion concentration, lower is the pH value. pH of a neutral solution is 7. pH of an acidic solution is less than 7. pH of an alkaline solution is more than 7. pH value from 7 to 14 represents an increase in OH- ion concentration, so that increase in the strength of alkali. Generally, paper impregnated with the universal indicator is used to measure pH. pH values of various solutions given in table. Read observations carefully. pH of some common substances shown on a pH paper. The strength of acids and bases depends on the number of H plus ions and O negative ions produced, respectively. Example, 1 molar hydrochloric acid and 1 molar acetic acid, same concentration, produce different amounts of H plus ions. Strong acid and weak acid. All the acids can be divided into two groups, strong acids and weak acids. Strong acids ionize almost completely in water, releasing most of their hydrogen ion. Example, hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid and nitric acid are strong acids. Weak acids ionize only partially in water, releasing a smaller proportion of their H plus ion. Example, acetic acid, ethanoic acid, formic acid, citric acid, tartaric acid and carbonic acid are weak acids. Strong bases and weak bases. A base which completely ionizes in water and thus produces a large amount of hydroxide ions is called a strong base or a strong alkali. Example, sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide are strong bases. A base which is partially ionized in water and thus produces a small amount of hydroxide ions is called a weak base or weak alkali. Example, ammonium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide and magnesium hydroxide are weak bases. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe my channel.